Hello again, everyone. Professor Oleander here, back on the Hell Road, continuing on a little bit beyond where we left off. I think this is a day or so later. Um, One of those nights where I don't know what I did, but I have either pulled a muscle in my back, so it's kind of middle of the night right now, and just couldn't get back to sleep, so I figured I would do a video. And if you hear me pain in my voice, that's what it is. We're sitting here in Whittier waiting for our coal train to come in. This is the first loaded coal train coming back from Robinson. This, I think, is... How many cars is this one? Let me check here. This is 21 cars worth, and he's getting a little low on water. We're going to service him before he goes back out. So the initial set of cars that went to Robinson was 40, I believe. So I can only imagine what it's going to be when we get to Tier 5. We're still doing the railroad or the interchange being serviced every 2.5 hours. As you can see, I've got more cars going to Robinson here. Matter of fact, I need to check and see. Okay, they haven't run out of mining supplies yet. So these cars here are getting ready to go. I'm actually probably going to throw these cars on the front. I need to get that one Sawmill car out of there. And I'm going to carry these on and let him make a few drops. I've got 2 cars bound for Whittier, or for Ella. So I'll have him drop these on the way and then drop off the few little cars here. So a little bit of switching to do this morning before we send trains out. I think there's enough room to hold all of this right here. And I'm having to put them over here in the little side yard because I can't, I've got the interchange sort of blocked. I believe they're all going to fit. Oh yeah, they're all going to fit. Thought they might. And then we'll come over here and grab these. I don't know how I'm going to get these over to the yard yet. Probably going to have to, I'm debating on buying another engine for that very reason. So let's see. I got to get him running around anyway. This is the expansion for the yard. We're going to go ahead and open this one up. Matter of fact, let me look and see what all I've got going on here. So the ones that are in progress, the Alarka branch, it's on phase 2 of 3. It's actually done. Go ahead and order that. So phase 3, that was phase 3, right? No, that's phase 2. So we can go ahead and get that going. The Whittier yard expansion that's ongoing, these cars probably will finish up mid-afternoon or so. And then the additional tracks at Alarka, these should be finishing up here very soon. And basically what this is this is a spare yard in Alarka so that I can pull coal cars out, because as you can see, we've still got cars there. There's only enough room in these tracks for about 30. So I had 40. I went ahead and pulled this cut out, or pulled this string out, so that they can go ahead and finish. Now I don't remember how many cars are here. I want to say that there were 20. We'll find out here in just a minute. So what do I need to do right now? We've got everything sitting over here at the sawmill, sawing away. We just had a load of logs come in here a few minutes ago. We're still really good on the capacity. We're sitting at 72%. 31. I think the storage is 50. So we've got plenty of logs for here. We'll have to make a turn today. today is going to be a decision day. We're going to have to decide which way to go on locomotives, and if we're going to go ahead and buy at least some log cars, not necessarily all of them. I'm going to need another locomotive, and the reason why I say that is with I can get by for right now, but once we get the Alarka branch opened up, then it's gonna open everything up a little bit. So we're getting by, just barely. Let's go ahead and pull this locomotive off of the train. And I don't know why I did that there. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull this loco off. And send him over to get him serviced, and then we'll kind of take into account everything and see what sort of direction that I want to go. Now there is, what did I say? There's 21 cars there. That is roughly $2,100 worth of revenue sitting right there. We are currently at, I think we're at 15,000, 13. We just bought that. So we're a little over 13 grand. Today is when our loan payment's going to come due. That's 35, so we're basically sitting at 10. Then 9,500 at the moment. We're going to have to take out another loan. We don't. I'm currently sitting at 45,000 on the loan. The max we can go up to is 63, so if we're at 9, basically 29,000. It's not enough to buy the locomotive that I want, which I was actually thinking about buying another one of these. I don't think we're at the point where we need this one yet. I may buy a C46. I don't know. Generally speaking, when I have just the C55 operating by itself, I try and keep the tonnage down to about 2,000, and it seems to be able to handle that fairly well. You can go up a little bit more, but I'm trying to kind of think about it in terms of how much do I actually want to load the thing down. But it can handle 2,000, 2,500 tons fairly easily, so that's not a big issue. I am getting to the point where the Mogul is still good for hauling this because we haven't increased our capacity on that yet. I am going to need to purchase a locomotive to run my passenger trains because I'm not necessarily leaving a lot of money on the table for passenger revenue, but what's happening is I'm tying up one of my working locomotives with passenger consists just to keep the rating up, and that's really all I've been doing right now. Once we get the Alarka branch open, passengers are going to be a lot more relevant. Like I've been leaving money on the table with passenger trains because I haven't been picking everybody up. I've just been kind of hitting it to say that I went to that station to keep the passenger rating high so that the businesses will keep outputting at 100%. But like I can show you, see what's waiting up in Whittier right now. So there's 104 waiting here. The bulk of them going to Bryson. I only have capacity for 60. And then if we go up to Bryson, there's probably about 100 waiting up here, I would imagine. Yeah, 148. Bulk of them going to Ella and Whittier. And then if I go to Alarka Junction, then I'm going to say that we're probably, yeah, we've still got quite a few here. Let me just look and see where we are with this. They'll finish up about mid-morning. These are the cars that need to go back. That's the other reason why I need the yard here. So the Alarka branch, basically what this expansion does is it adds tracks over here. Actually, I can't remember if that one adds the little yard here or if it adds the yard that's over here with 4 or 5 tracks in it. We'll find out here in just a little while. So that's where we are right now. We're waiting on the rest of these cars to process. What have we got here? There's probably 10 or so. 4 or 5. Yeah, there's about 10 or 11 cars waiting to go. So we're not processing. It's not unmanageable. But I do need just about a dedicated locomotive to handle everything that's going on here. So let's see. He's still filling up with water. He's almost done. We need to go ahead and send this guy over to get fueled. And I'm just going to use the little shop track here to sort these cars out. I need to pull that car, and leave them here. And then we can go ahead and I need to switch order of the Ella cars. I can actually do that while we're up there. And then we'll drop these hardwood cars and the ones for Bryson on the way through. There should be nothing else here that is waiting. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. We did good as far as revenue yesterday. What that one? We did 3,000, but look and see how much we spent. We spent something like, between wages and everything, we spent about $4,900. So that would have been about an $8,000 a day yesterday. So we're actually doing pretty good. Today we're going to make a whole bunch of money because of the mine. So if you want to make money at the mine, let me show you. These cars pay $65 a piece every time you drop them. When you go to sell them, you go to drop them at the interchange, they pay you 82, I think they're one of these big ones, yeah. These pay 91. So the 3 bays pay 91, the 2 bays pay 82. And then the 3 bays will pay 65 on delivery. The 2 bays pay 65 on delivery. So basically you're looking at about $150 per car. And we've got 20 cars right there, so it's going to be a pretty good day today. So we're going to make 2,000 just off of that. I did find out how much cars from the sawmill, each log is worth $55. Okay, we did 48 logs yesterday, I do believe. Are we going to have enough to fill this up? Probably not. We have enough. We're going to be like right there at it. So each log that you deliver is $55. And we delivered 48 yesterday and 50 something the day before. So, not a bad take. Not a bad take. So let's go ahead and get this all sorted out here now that we're all fulled up and ready to go. And then we'll do some switching here in Whittier once we send this one on its way. The little 060s have been grunting and squatting here in the yard. This yard has got, everybody knows about this hill right here, but if you go back here to where the new expansion track is, there's a pretty good little grade right there. That, I think, let me see if I can get, yeah, that's a 3.7% right there. It's a pretty sizable grade trying to get down in here. I think this one has got a little bit of a hump to it as well. Maybe not. Well, yeah, there's about a percent going up over the ramp there. I think that just has to do with the uh, what's the editor that they're using to make these tracks. And I think, yeah, there's a hump right here too, and I don't think this one's quite as pronounced. Yeah, 1.7. Yeah, 2.7. So yeah, these especially whenever I have a pretty heavy train, those little 060s are just screaming trying to get these trains up over here. I'm probably going to have to trade them up here before long for the 080s. And matter of fact, I'm just curious while I'm thinking about that. Where is my 080, my 060? Since these are relatively new, their sale value is $7,200, and what did I pay for them? They cost $97, so about 3/4 value. I'm probably going to end up repurposing these. I'll go with 080s for this yard just because they're probably going to be overkill. I don't know. I might put C46s in this yard, or I may just go with the logging Mikados because that's what I had before. The trains weren't quite this big though. This is the locomotive that I'm using up in Bryson, and it was sufficient before. The problem is the grades down in here are just a little bit steeper. Bryson, for the most part, is relatively flat. It has a couple of little hills in it, but nothing major. So I'm either going to go with this one or this one. And yes, it is probably worth it to go ahead and keep the C46s. I don't think I'll need two for here. The 46 will probably work down in here, but I don't know yet. So let's go ahead and get this cut off. And we want, let's cut this one first. Let's do this. Let's get him set over. And we'll just kick him out of the way. Yes, I know I'm kicking cars towards the shop tracks, but there's nobody in there except for my dude. He's just kind of watching. And that's enough. We don't have to kick this one very far. Oops, I thought I hit the brakes. Alright. I can't tell if that coupled back. Nope, it didn't. Alright, so we can throw that switch. Let him get a little bit out of the way. I did play a little bit with Run 8 yesterday and just a little bit this morning before I got on here, and the last update kind of broke a few things. The MP15s that they added have some issues that they're having to work out. One of them was a sound issue. The other one is somebody, I just briefly saw it. It's like a rocket bug where I think it's more of a collision thing with that locomotive, but they're gonna work on it. So I'm probably not gonna make a video on anything with it just yet. I said it in the last video that Run 8 can be a little on the boring side. Running trains in general can be boring, especially once you get them set up. Even steam locomotives, you get them sort of dialed in, and you're just kind of there. You're just there babysitting it for the most part. Alright. Good enough. 0.3. He should be fine. So we'll go back here and we'll grab the rest of these cars. Take just a little bit of speed off of him. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. I forgot it's so flat right there. I thought he was going to roll. But that's alright. We'll fix that in a minute. We got to go over there anyway. And probably... Nah. Well... I don't have to do it right there. I need to change the order of them. Alright. This is what I was expecting to do. I was just going to try and spill a little bit of speed off of it. Alright. Cut you loose and couple you, and we'll get you moved on up. I should have pulled that little 060 with it, then I could have kicked it to it, but that's alright. He's fueled up, ready to go. These need to stop in Ella. The new water consumption mechanic is absolutely fantastic. Filling up water with that one. I can't remember if I put water in it the last time, but normally by the time when I would take a coal train over to Robinson, by the time it got there, it needed water like bad. Like I would have to stop in Bryson, fill it up, take the cars up to Bryson, and then have to fill it back up again because we were just using way too much water, and that is not a problem anymore. It's actually pretty close to reality as far as what water consumption is and fuel consumption. That's been a nice and a very welcome change. So while I'm waiting on this guy, I can go ahead and bring the map up here. Throw that switch. He's out of the way. We want him to stop in Ella. And we're going to make him stop down on the far end. So there's his fusee to stop. Let's see, the interchange is going to service at 9, and I'm expecting more cars for Robinson Gap, so let's see, release you, air charge up for a minute, and we'll get these swashes lined. And I did throw that switch up here, didn't I? Yeah, okay. I think he's ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and send him on his way. So while he's doing that, let's go over and we need to get the cars to the interchange first. We're probably going to have to do this in bites. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to take this. We'll probably take half of them at a time because I think that train is about 2,000 tons. So we'll get that, get some money coming in, and then those cars will be out of the way hopefully before interchange. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down to real time. Give me a little bit of time to get these cars out of here. We're about at the point where we can start playing 1-to-1 anyway. This yard has been super busy because we're playing on 2 times speed. Plus, we're servicing interchanges every 2.5 hours, so it's been like busy. Okay, 1978. Let's try it. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I can already tell you that ain't gonna happen. So let's take about half. So let's cut it about right here. That's a little more than half. I think he can handle that one. Yeah, he'll be alright. Once we get moving, he'll be fine. Like I said, these little 060s have been earning their keep because I have been using the crap out of them. If he can get pretty close to halfway over that hump, he'll be fine. He's got enough speed. I think he'll be fine. Yeah, he's gonna be just peachy. What is that? That is 15 cars? There, we can go ahead and close the throttle. We should have enough speed to get out of there. And set some brake. These should stop fairly quick because they're head loaded. Alright, so let's see, we want to shove this one on in. Yeah, these engines have not. I mean, they're doing it, but they have been a little bit of a struggle. I haven't stalled with them yet, but I've come close. The hardest part has been spotting these cars right here because of that hump, especially when they're loaded. And what part of the expansion are we on with that one? It's a 202. So once that one finishes, we're done with it. We'll have ourselves 3 new little yard tracks right here. So what do we need? We need to leave ourselves room for 6 cars. Yeah, 6 cars. Down on that. So somewhere about right here. We'll have enough room. Right there. And stop him. Yeah, we still got plenty of room. A little more. About right there. Should be plenty. Alright. How much did that give us? 1,300. And he's already up there. We'll get to him in just a minute. I want to get this money sorted out first. I really need to take a little engine and leave it up in Illa. Probably when I trade up for the logging engine, that little mogul will probably end up going to Ella because it never handles more than 2 or 3 cars at a time. So let's see. How much is left here? He's 3/4, he's half, roughly 3/4 of the way done. I don't even remember what time I spotted these guys. Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I think I did it last night, or it may have been early this morning. But sometime today I should have these, and then this yard will work out a little bit better for staging. And then once, I'm probably going to avoid doing Silva until the very end, simply because once you do Silva, you lose this yard as an interchange point. It all goes to Silva, and Silva is just, it's so far to bring cars up. And of course, with the map mod that I'm running, it added it added storage area to Silva, but it's just like this yard. You have to expand. The one in Silva is a little bit flatter than this one because it's down at river level, so not quite as hilly as this one. And if I remember right, the one in Andrews, the expansion tracks in Andrews, they're relatively flat too. So probably what we'll end up doing is we'll unlock Andrews first, and we'll keep Whittier until we get to a point where Andrews has everything, and then we'll run Silva. So once I get these guys up here onto the main line, I'm going to let the AI engineer couple these guys up, and then we'll go up there and we'll sort out Allah, and we'll go from there. Because really that's about all that's going on right now, is just keeping the sawmill happy. There's a few cars up here that need to be sorted. That's why I say I probably need to take that mogul up there and go ahead and get the C25 for here. Everything, in with the exception of these two cars right there, that's all pretty much been sorted out. And then I just need to bring this train back, and when I grab I don't need to grab any of those just yet, but basically I'll just have to get some switching done in Robinson, and that'll be about the extent of what this day is going to bring. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and tell him to go forward, and we should already be lined up because I didn't change anything. So let's go up here and get this taken care of. And we need to cut off at this car. And we'll just kick these ones in here. I can't even remember how much. I think these cars are, yeah, 65 a piece. I have to go and look and see what the delivery cost is. I think it's about the same. These cars will make about 100 or so. Right, there's that. We'll spot this car here. Yep, wrong one. Alright. Slow them down a little bit. Let them roll into it. I didn't, by the time I went to grab the coupler, I realized it was the wrong one. Alright, so let's go ahead and just kick this one. Good. And that's good for him. Oops. Brain fart there for a second. That should be more than plenty for him. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. It's like running a hump yard. Where did we... Oh, there it is. Okay. So we want to release this one. And send him on his way. Then his next stop is going to be... Got him sitting on the main. And there goes the money train. So that's, what did I say? That's probably another $2,000 worth of coal cars there. So let's see. Nothing. Oh, we've got 2 here that are ready. Third one that just clicked over. How much did these guys? 65 paid on delivery, and then these are 65 to be delivered there. So they're $130. 78. Well, that's a 3-bay. Or no, that's a 2-bay. 78. So 78 to bring them in, and then 65 once they're filled up. He's doing 9 hours. We're gonna get that here shortly. And these guys here, 63. I don't know how much that one paid. It's about $130 a car, so it's not too bad. Same thing with the cars that are down here at the mill. How much are those Sawmill cars bringing? I never really looked. These are 53. I don't have one ready, but I think these guys pay, yeah, 79. So we get about 100, 120, 130 per car. By far though, the coal cars are the most expensive. So let's go ahead and get these last 2. I'll just go ahead and let the AI finish him. About 4 cars, but 5 will do. Go ahead and let him sort that all out. And then we need to grab this car and put these cars on there as well. We'll do that later though. Well, probably ought to go ahead and do it now because the interchange is getting ready to get serviced. If I can... Well, I can't run around very easily because I got these cars sitting here. She gets payment for 2 more cars. And 82 and 82. Those are 82. Those should have paid more than that. No, they paid 82. Well, they paid, that's why, because okay, they were 2 bays. Yeah, those are 2 bays. I was gonna say, why was that less? Alright, so, let's see, what have we done? 43 minutes, Getting ready to have to do the log turn here. I need to get the engine off the interchange anyway. Let's go ahead and do that. These switches are... There is a thing, if you leave this switch thrown, when the interchange gets serviced, it won't throw back, so you'll miss out on, I think it's 2 or 3 cars in here. It might be more than that. I think they actually they won't service this portion, so you'll miss quite a few cars if you leave it that way. So everything's there. There's nothing else that I need to do here in the next 15 minutes. I'm not going to dig out 1 car just for that. This guy's still got plenty, so let's and I'm not going to worry about the coal. We've got plenty for right now. Nothing needs to be serviced as far as I know. The engine that we're working with is actually, I just serviced him earlier. Yeah, so we're full. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we get. We got 23 cars. More cars for Alarka Junction. This will be the next phase. One going to Ella, one going to Bryson. And I think these cars are not due for 24 hours. Yeah. So these cars can wait till the next train goes up that way. I'm not going to make a special trip for them. But this is why I say I need another big engine, because right now I've got that train going out to Alarka. Well, it's actually on the way to Bryson, but now I've got this train here sitting, and this is probably none of this is money. This is all job cars. Yeah, this is all job cars. So I got 2 paying cars right here that are not due until, they're due until this time tomorrow, and no reason to make a special train. I got this guy here, and we serviced one. The thing that I've noticed is, I remember the Sawmill used to knock these cars out fairly quickly. Now that might have been when I was working on Tier 5. It seemed like they were knocking these cars out in a hurry. Tier 3, they are slow. And I've got another day before I can bump them up to Tier 4. And he's still kind of doing his thing. So that's sort of where we are right now. I didn't want that one. I wanted that one. And I actually want to look at this one first. So we're sitting at 15,000. We've actually got, what is that going to end up being? 11.5 in liquid cash. And we can take a loan for 18, so 11.5 and 18. So we've got about 19.5K that we can spend, discounting what we've got going up to what we've got sitting up there at the mine right now. That's another roughly 2,000 sitting up there that we'll have today. I said 19.5. What can we buy? 19.5 will buy this one. I don't really need that one. Do I want to go ahead and buy the C25? That's 10.8, and I actually don't have to take out the loan for that one. Because I think what I'm going to do is we're going to send the number 2 up to, that's not the mogul, that's the 10-wheeler. No, that's the mogul. 260, that's the mogul. We're going to send this one up to Ella and let him work Ella. We'll put a C25 on this one. And let me just make sure that the Sawmill is happy. Yeah, he's sitting happy. Because tomorrow this is going to go up, and we're using 15 cars a day times 3. So we're using, it's basically chewing through 45 logs a day. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 and 24 is 48. That's enough to hang. Yeah, that's enough to handle today. So we have to service 3 times right now. Current setup. I talked about this in the last video. We can go ahead up to 11, but it means that we have to do twice. So like I said, this is kind of decision day as far as what we want to do. And I think getting that C25, let me think here for a second, because I still got this guy up here, and I wonder if sending him up to Ella might be the better thing to do, even though that is kind of overkill for that yard. So this is the other 060. Decisions. You know, and C20 and S23. Actually, that'd probably be better off. I think rather than buy the C25, let's put the number 3 to work on the log train, and then we'll run. And then this guy can handle Ella. And I think we're still gonna have to buy another engine, just another little engine to run around here, because this one, my little 060 that works in the yard here, he stays pretty busy keeping stuff shuffled around here. That's why I can't spare an engine that's sitting here, but I think I can spare this guy. So let's take you. You're about half full on coal. So your new purpose in life is going to be, you're going to start running my log cars. And yes, that Doppler effect is weird. It's something that's in Unity. I think everybody has talked about it several times. Unity does some weird things with sound. So let me put up a fusee there, and I'm going to go ahead and put him in reverse. And then while he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and get the 2 out of here. Let's just... Oops, I'm still on the wrong car. Go ahead and reverse him. That, he'll reverse down here to the thing. We have no coal, which I don't think he needs any. He's half, he's fine for right now. And I'll probably just go ahead and send him on up to Ella and let him work. And then I'll bring him back. I'll top him off on water before we go, though. And once we get that done, that'll be the setup. I still need another road engine, but it's not the end of the world. I can get by with what I've got right now. I need something to carry these guys out. The problem right now is I don't have enough room, so it's not critical. I think for the time being, I'm just going to stuff those cars down there in the holding yard. And alright, open. 3 tons of coal. He's gonna have plenty, because he's not gonna be doing a whole lot. Forward. So 23,000. This is 16. 16 there. He can handle grade on Connolly Creek. What is the grade on Connolly Creek? I can't remember. It doesn't have the grade. I want to say it's 1.5%. We'll go up there and just look. I think it's, I want to say it's 1.5%. Yeah, 2% in some spots. I think this is, it's a little bit steeper up there. Yeah, let's just say 2%. Make it easy to deal with. So 2% grade. And what trailing tonnage can that handle on a 2%? 476, and it weighs 66 tons by itself. So let's just say 400 tons. So it can handle 10 cars. 10 loaded cars, because those are 42 apiece. So, did we gain anything? Probably not. But I think he's going to be a little bit, he's going to have an easier time with it than the other ones. Alright. Man, come on. What I wish they would do is, there is a mod that you can get that's, I think it's UI extended, which basically puts an infinite, and it'll just go. What I wish they would do is just make a car on here, or make a button that just says couple, to couple, and it just goes until it couples. Because they've got the scanning thing pretty well figured out, where the engines look ahead of them to see what all's in front of them. They just need to tweak on it a little bit. Alright, so we're going to put you into road, and we'll just set you for 25, and then you're good to go. And you have got more than enough to get you through the day with the current consumption, and you're all full of water, so you're good to go for the day. You got 3 tons, that's more than enough. And we will check and make sure I've got everything set up for you. You are going to go into the siding here, and I'm actually going to stop you because you need to get the empties first. And be free. Alright. Last thing that I want to do is we're going to take number 6, and we're going to get these cars out of the yard. Put them down into the lower yard. I need to see how many cars are here. Because like I said, I have, even if I had an engine here that could take them, I've got no room for them, because Larka Junction is slam full right now of cars. And I've really got to figure out how I'm going to get those coal cars out of there and drop off the stuff that's ready. I'm not going to have enough power to bring it. I'm going to have to bring it in sections. Yeah, I'll have to take the coal cars, drop them off in Bryson, then I'll have to go and get the other cars, bring them up to Bryson just to get room, and then go from there. I didn't mean to do that. So, busy, busy, busy. Oh boy, it is not liking this one. Yeah, this is 1800. Actually, these guys don't need to go. These guys can stay right there. It's not going to hurt anything. Matter of fact, I probably should have. I didn't see him. I'm not going to stop him. We've got until tomorrow. I said I wasn't going to take him until I had another train headed up that way. These can get put on something over here to go. So basically we're going to take these, put them over into the other yard for storage for right now, because there's no rush to get them up there. And then once I end this video, I will get these cars sorted, send them up to Whittier, get all that squared away, wait on all these cars here to service, and then get them out of the way. And probably about the time that I get everything here in Whittier done and I get a Larka branch open and all that, we're probably going to cut off I'm probably going to up the interval on the continuous interchange, because I don't don't really need it to be every 2.5 hours now. It can probably come down quite a bit. That was just to get everything kind of up and going. Or I may leave it. It really depends on how many cars the copper mine calls for. If it's some ridiculous number, like if it wants 40 cars, then yeah, we're probably gonna slow down on that one. Because what the continuous interchange does is every time one of these cars, like, I'm actually surprised that I didn't get any more hoppers. As these cars fill up, it will go ahead and spawn the next days. And I gotta be careful with how that goes down, because I can get overwhelmed very quickly. Let the brake pipe charge back up, and that's lined. And there should be enough room here for that. We're actually going to throw on this track here. That track's kind of no reason to use my main track. I need to actually set up what these tracks are going to be for, because I'm going to gain 3 more over here. I think this yard is going to be more for storage than anything else, because eventually this yard's going to turn into wood storage. Once we get the other interchanges going, this will turn into log and pulpwood storage. Because I think I went through it in the last video where day 1 and 2 will be supplied by Walker, and then the 3rd day will be supplied by the stuff that comes out of Connolly Creek, and that will give them enough time to replenish what I'm taking out. Right, so while that's doing that, it's almost there. I kind of figured he should be able to scoot. Actually, he's a light engine move, so he can scoot on. And number 5 is where he needs to be, so I can go ahead and get him switched out. All he needs to do is just drop these cars off onto that track. He probably doesn't need to take coal and fuel and coal and water, so I'll just send him on his way down to Alarka, and 7 cars there. Probably gonna have to bust this one. Maybe not. It might fit. We got enough room for 3 more. I think we can fit them in there. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room. Alright, so that is it. These cars are staged and ready to go whenever I have power and room for them. And then that's phase 2 of 3. Yeah, we're working on 2 of 3 right now, so we've got 1 more. I think the next one is 21 cars again, so we'll have that one to do. Probably won't finish that up until tomorrow. The Whittier expansion should finish up here within the next few hours. We got all that moved around. I'm probably going to have more engines before the next video comes around. I'm gonna see how things go once we get the Alarka branch open. We're gonna have to focus. I may not take any contracts with Alarka until we get some more money stockpiled, because if the coal mine is going to service 40 cars a day which I think right now it's not servicing 40. I think it's doing, I didn't even pay attention. I think within 24 hours it's done probably close to 30. So if it does 30 a day, that's $3,000, which puts us over 10 grand a day. So yeah, by the time we bump everything in Whittier up to 4, we should be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 15 grand a day. And we're sitting on a loan of, what did I say, 45,000. So yeah, it'll take us a few days to get that paid back. So that's all I have for this video. The next one, Whittier will be a different place. Alarka will be a different place, and then we'll finally get to go down the Alarka branch, because I haven't been able to do that before because I didn't open up that branch in the last save. So uncharted territory is what we're going into, and I will see you in the next one.